Before you hand Kajabi your credit card, there are 5 things that you need to know that could save you months of building a bunch of stuff that never makes you a dime. I'm James Allen. I built a 6-figure online business using Kajabi, and while Kajabi is an incredible platform, most people jump in expecting it to work like some magic pill that's going to transform their business from nothing. But that's just not the case. In this video, I'm going to show you how to approach Kajabi with the right strategy and mindset so it actually works for you and not against you. And if you've been thinking about trying out Kajabi now, maybe to watching a handful of videos like this, now is actually a really good time to get started. Kajabi's running an incredible deal right now where you get 3 months of full access for just $99. That's more than enough time to test things out, build your offer, and even start making money before paying the full price. And if you use my link, I'm going to send you a free course that I made called Earn Your First 10K with Kajabi. And this is where I'm going to give you the exact steps that I would use if I had to restart from a clean slate, knowing what I know now. Plus, I'm going to give you a private one-on-one session where we can talk through strategy and get you going with Kajabi with full confidence. It's a solid deal, and honestly, I wish I had this when I was starting out on Kajabi, but do know that this is going to expire soon. If you missed the window for the 3 months of $99, don't worry, you'll still get a free 30-day trial when you still use my link. I'm still going to give you my course and a private one-on-one coaching session with me. If you want to get started on Kajabi with full confidence and the best foot forward, click on the first link in the description or go to profityourknowledge.com/Kajabi. Now, my first tip when getting into Kajabi is to understand that Kajabi is not as plug and play as it is always being shown as. You still need to have a solid strategy. Imagine trying to cook a meal in a top-of-the-line kitchen. You have every tool, every spice, every ingredient, all quality and state-of-the-art equipment, and everything is set up perfectly. But you don't have a recipe. Heck, you barely even know how to cook. You're just kind of throwing stuff together, hoping that it tastes good and assuming that because you have the best equipment and ingredients, you're going to whip out something incredible. Well, this is what most people do when getting into Kajabi, and it's what I did when I first started. I had this awesome setup, a beautiful site, lead magnets, online courses, automations, the whole shebang that Kajabi allowed me to have. But I hadn't nailed down the most important piece, which was a clear offer for a specific person with a real problem. So I spent months playing business. I was tweaking buttons, designing pages that looked pretty, but I was barely making any sales. And that wasn't Kajabi's fault. It was mine, because tools only work when you know what you're building. And once I got clear on who I help, what I help them with, and why they'd actually pay me for it, that's when everything started to change. And Kajabi really helped me in supercharging my results. So before you even sign up or log into Kajabi, ask yourself, who is my offer for? What problem am I solving? And what transformation am I really promising to people? Kajabi becomes powerful after that work is done, but so many people just want to glaze over this and start building stuff. So instead of just being a set of tools, Kajabi becomes your ultimate business growth engine that's just going to help you build your business a lot easier, but you have to do that legwork and really know who you're helping and what you're helping them do first. My second tip is that Kajabi is not the cheapest, but that's a good thing. See, when I first saw Kajabi's price tag, I almost bailed, and I was really hesitant with signing up with Kajabi for a couple months. I remember thinking, why would I pay $200 per month when I could just piece this together for less? So I did what most people do, and I cobbled together the budget version of an online business. I was using GoDaddy for my domain and my website hosting, which was costing me around $20 per month. I used Teachable for my courses, which was about $60 per month. ActiveCampaign for my emails, which was around $40 per month. And I used ClickFunnels for my funnels and pages and landing pages and stuff, which was about $100 per month. And then of course I was trying to use Zapier to connect it all together. I was easily spending $300 plus every single month, and that doesn't even factor in the time of me trying to duct tape everything together and also learning each individual platform. Plus, anytime something broke, I had no idea which platform actually caused it. It was clunky and stressful, and I really dreaded working on my business because of all the tech headaches. Every time I logged in, I was playing tech support instead of actually creating, serving, and making sales. But Kajabi did change all of that. Now I could have one login, one dashboard, one password, with everything else that I needed to run my business all in one ecosystem. And the best part about Kajabi is that everything communicates together because it's all built on the same server. Suddenly, growing my business actually felt fun again. So yes, Kajabi looks more expensive on paper. The price tag is naturally going to be higher because it is such a robust platform. But when you zoom out and you count your time, your sanity, and the cost of sacking all these different tools together, Kajabi is actually a way better deal. You're not just paying for features when you invest in Kajabi, you're buying back your freedom. And to me, that's a no-brainer. My third tip and thing to consider with Kajabi is that the templates look really good, but you have to know how to make them convert. See, when I first started using Kajabi, I remember thinking, wow, this is the cleanest landing page that I've ever built. The best website I've ever built. It looked legit, had a sleek design with great layout and nice colors, and it really felt like an online business. After weeks of tweaking my pages and building things, I finally launched and I barely got any leads and made 0 sales. At first, I thought something was broken, but then I quickly realized that looking good does not equal making money. Kajabi does give you beautiful templates that are very easy and they are pretty plug and play, but it's still your job to make sure that those pages speak to the right person with the right offer in the right words, and it's something people would actually put their money behind to invest in. I've seen sales pages that bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars that are literally just a Google Doc. So that just goes to show that design isn't the most important thing. It's definitely important and it really helps people stay engaged on your page, but what's gonna make them actually convert and pull out their wallet and say, I need this, isn't gonna be your design. It's gonna be the copy, the offer, and you speaking to the right person. So while Kajabi will help you set up a solid foundation faster with their templates, you still need to be able to write a headline that speaks to a specific problem that your ideal client is already thinking about, have clear, bold, and benefit-driven copy and a strong CTA, and you still need to add social proof and have a simple story that makes your offer feel real. People need to see that you have done the thing that you're promising, but also you've helped other people so that this person reading the page feels like they can do it too. If you don't already know those things or have those things, selling on Kajabi is going to be much harder because Kajabi doesn't know that. It's not just the templates, it's not just the pages that Kajabi gives you or the different tools, it's really understanding your audience and what drives them. My next tip is that Kajabi support team is great, but they're not gonna build your business. Kajabi support team is one of the best that I have ever worked with. I've had moments where I couldn't figure something out, like an automation not firing properly or how to link automations or some weird landing page glitch. And within minutes, someone from Kajabi was able to walk me through it. Even when I first started, I had no idea how to connect my domain and DNS records and do all that behind the scenes really techie stuff. So I reached out to Kajabi support and they literally took care of everything. They just asked me for permission to have access to my account. And I was like, yeah, go for it. The next day, they had set up everything for me. And on top of that, it's not just Kajabi's tech support. They have an amazing private Facebook group that is incredible as well. When you become a paid member of Kajabi, you can make posts in this group, and in minutes, you will have a flood of responses from both people who work at Kajabi and real life Kajabi users who've built 6-7-figure businesses that are answering your questions as well. It's an amazing community and resource, and I'd highly recommend using it if you are a Kajabi hero or if you're thinking about getting into using Kajabi. But despite all of that support, there's something that you really need to understand, and that's that Kajabi support team can tell you how to set up a funnel, but they're not going to tell you what to put inside of it to attract the right people and start making sales. Kajabi is a tech company. They're not business coaches, so they'll walk you through your settings, but they're not going to give you a tailored strategy to help you build your specific business. That's when you hire a business coach. Kajabi supports your tech, but not your marketing, your message, or your business model. And once I realized that, I stopped expecting them to solve all of my problems that only I could solve. I also knew when I needed to invest in mentorship or guidance to figure out these things myself. So yes, Kajabi support is top notch, but do not confuse good customer service with good business strategy. You still need clarity on your niche, your messaging, your offer, and your customer journey, because that is what drives sales, and that ultimately comes down to how well you understand the person that you are serving. My next tip and thing to know before you start paying for Kajabi is that Kajabi works best when you work it like an ecosystem. Most people think Kajabi is just for hosting courses. Now, they excel at that because that's how they started as a company. In the beginning, Kajabi was just a course hosting platform, but they've evolved over time to become this all-in-one business building tool. And the real power of Kajabi isn't in any one tool. It's in how everything connects seamlessly together. Kajabi is built to not just be a platform, it is an ecosystem. It's kind of like in nature where every part plays a role and they all feed into each other. The plants, the animals, the air, the water, everything is connected. A Kajabi ecosystem works the same way just for growing your business. Your content attracts attention, lead magnets capture emails, the emails build trust and point people to your offers, the automations guide people to your offers, and your courses and coaching deliver the transformation that you're promising. When it's all working together, your business runs smoothly even while you sleep. And Kajabi makes all of this really simple. It's what allows my business to be working for me every single day, whether I'm working or not. Heck, this morning, I literally woke up to course sales. Right now, you are a part of my ecosystem, whether you decide to dive deeper or not, because you're spending time with me, but I'm not actually here. Right this second, I could be working with clients, sleeping, walking my dog, or taking my lady out to a nice dinner. That is the power of having a beautiful ecosystem that works for you 24/7, and that's what Kajabi allows you to do. Plus, because it all works on one server and it's one tool, I don't need to be constantly learning how to use different tools or trying to piece them together and talk to each other. It's one platform with one login and a business that's built to scale. When you sign up with Kajabi or you start using it, they make it really simple by saying, hey, you just built this, now let's do this. And they walk you through the entire process to create this amazing automated system. And I can't stress enough how important knowing your customer is. But the problem is that so many people overlook this and they want to jump into building sales pages and products without laying a strong foundation first. Now, understanding your audience doesn't need to take months or years to figure out. You can have a deep understanding of your target audience and what drives them in a few days to a week. Watch this video next and I'll show you my best strategies for getting into the mind of your perfect buyer so your offers practically sell themselves. At the end of the day, Kajabi is an incredible tool for helping you build your online business, but it only works when you're clear on who you help, what you're helping them do, and knowing how to speak to them so that they take action. If you have any questions about Kajabi or your business strategy, leave a comment below and I will do my best to get back to you. I'll see you in the next one.